it's time for another Universal horror movie. And sadly, this time, it's The Invisible Man.
And no, it's not because I don't like this movie. Hell, far from it. This is actually my favorite of the Universal monster movies.
Which makes it really hard for me to review this movie. I mean, really. How in the hell am I supposed to make fun of this movie?
Whatever, I'll manage. The movie was released November 13th, 1933, and it's about a man who turned himself invisible, but doesn't know how to turn himself back, so he tries to turn himself back, but he starts to turn mad, so a bunch of people want to kill him.
And while I will enjoy watching this movie again, I seriously don't know how in the hell I'm gonna make fun of this movie. But at least I'm gonna try. Start the damn movie.
As the movie begins with a man walking in the snow as he's going to a bar, and everyone inside is just quiet when he walks in. Everyone stares at him.
Huh. So either he's intimidating, or barely anyone ever rents a room. That's just weird that someone would come in at that time.
As the invisible man is in his room, as everyone wonders about why the man dresses like that.
Hey, I am offended by that, okay? If a guy walks into a bar wearing a hockey mask, that does not mean that he's a serial killer.
And how do you know this?
Because I wear my mask everywhere. And assuming by the way you dress, I'm gonna assume that people look at you weird too when you're in places.
Yeah, sadly it's true. You go in wearing a mask like this, everyone looks at you funny. Whatever. This woman learns exactly why he wears his mask, as we go to his fiancée, Flora, and we learn that his name is Jack Griffin, and we learn that he left for experiment, as Kemp didn't exactly like Griffin's secrets, see, and he really wants his girl.
He never opened that cup. He cares nothing for you, Flora. He'll never care about anything but test tubes and chemicals. How could he go away like this without a word?
Oh, leave me alone!
Yeah, she's right, you hypocrite. You're a scientist too. I mean, the only difference is really between you two is that you're more of an asshole and he's invisible.
But Griffin is, and he's doing an experiment as he's trying to find his way back, and he doesn't exactly want any disturbances.
Okay, just leave him alone and give him his space. I mean, really, your screaming definitely doesn't help.
As the bitch doesn't want him there any longer, as he's getting really pissed off as he tries to convince the guy to please let him stay.
Come on, man, just let him stay there. His head isn't exactly in the best place, and anything can make him snap. So I really wouldn't suggest doing that or fucking screaming at all. Ow! Damn it! Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, great, now my ears are bleeding!
But she's screaming for a good reason, I guess, as they get a cop there to see what's under that mask.
And before he takes it off, I'd like to say that Claude Rains does an amazing job as the Invisible Man, especially with his voice. The voice is really good. It's really intimidating and really entertaining.
You're crazy to know who I am, aren't you? All right, I'll show you. There's a souvenir for you.
Yeah, at the time, these effects were really groundbreaking and were amazing. I still do think they look pretty good, even though they do look a little fake.
As the Invisible Man starts to take his clothes off, but they can't see him, and his damn laugh is fucking great.
And like I said earlier, even though you can't see the Invisible Man, he does an amazing job here. I mean, really, that voice is just so intimidating, and I love it.
As he fucks with them and even does it to random people.
Come on, man, what the hell did they do to you? I mean, really, they didn't do anything to you. I mean, I can understand why you do something like that to a person who pissed you off, but they didn't do anything. They're just minding their own business. Come on, man, that's a dick move.
As Dr. Kemp really wants to know what Griffin was working on, the main ingredient can make a man mad, as later that night Griffin goes to see Kemp and screw with him a bit and tell him to sit the fuck down.
Sit down, unless you want me to knock your brains out. Sit down!
Sit down!
As Griffin needs his help, as Kemp is weirded out, but Griffin can get in his clothes so that he can see him, kinda, and Griffin is not fucking around.
Yeah, he is invisible, and... Yeah, he is invisible, and it's kinda hard to be protected when the guy that's chasing you is invisible, so I would suggest that you listen to him.
As Griffin goes down to talk to him, and he tells him that he finally turned himself invisible, but he couldn't turn himself back.
I assume that he tested the drug on rats or something like that before he tested this on himself. But one thing we definitely need to test before you use human test studies, you need to be able to find an antidote before you test on yourself so you actually can turn yourself back.
Oh well, at least now he has the power to rule.
And I think I'll let Griffin say this, since he'll be able to say it way better than I ever could.
Suddenly I realized the power I held. The power to rule, to make the world grovel at my feet.
Oh, I love how he says things. It's always so intimidating and awesome.
Whatever. He needs a partner, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure why he's asking for this asshole, but whatever. They're going to go back into that town to fuck with him a bit and to get his research back as they drive off and Griffin, he gets naked.
Just don't really suck for him. This is probably like 30 degrees out there maybe, which has to be really fucking cold when you're naked out there. Which, yeah, I bet he wishes he did that during summer, since then, you know, he wouldn't be as cold.
As Griffin goes back to get his shit, but before he leaves, he fucks with them a bit.
Yeah, he really didn't need to do that to him, but it's fun as shit. So why the hell not scare the shit out of them when you're gonna get out of there, even though you can easily get out of there since you are invisible.
As everyone flees from the invisible man as they ride off. As they get back, and Griffin explains the problem with being invisible.
Food is visible inside me until it is digested. If I work in the rain, the water can be seen on my head and shoulders. Even dirt between my fingernails would give me away.
So, pretty much to be invisible properly, you kinda need to be uncomfortable as shit.
As everyone now knows and is afraid of the invisible man, also Kemp is a snitch, telling the doc that Griffin is an invisible man.
Damn it, man. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this for later. And remember this, too. Snitches get stitches.
But I guess this was a slightly good thing, since his fiance's worried about him, but he loves Flora and won't hurt her because he loves her, but his mind is definitely still fucked up.
Power to rule, to make the world grovel at my feet.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite scene of the movie, since it has the best line from the Invisible Man. I mean, it shows how fucked up his head is and how mad he's getting. I would show more of this, but Universal is kind of a bitch with copyright, so I can't really show long clips, or too many. And screw it, one more.
Power to make multitudes run, squealing in terror at the touch of my little invisible finger. Even the moon's frightened of me.
But Kemp told the cops, so he needs to get his ass out of there, saying that he's going to kill Kemp at 10 o'clock the next night.
I told you already, snitches get stitches. And he is really gonna fuck you up. I mean, goddamn, you deserve it.
But Griffin needs to get out of there, for at least now, as he keeps fucking with him as he strips and sings, as everyone looks at him, but it's kinda hard to find someone who's visible.
And holy shit, he just killed a lot of fucking people. I mean, goddamn. Griffin, what the hell did they do to you? They were just minding their own business.
But I guess he does do some good things too, like he's gonna kill Kemp, who is being watched by the police as they take every precaution, but, yeah, he's still in the car with them.
I went into the police station with you, Kemp. I stood by while you changed into that coat. I rode on the running board of the car that took you home again.
And like I said, don't fuck with Jack Griffin when he's invisible, since, yeah, he got your ass, and now he's gonna fucking kill the shit out of you.
as he makes Kemp roll down the cliff, killing him.
Oh yeah, man. I've been waiting for that asshole to die for a while, but the one problem with it is that you were a little off at 10:01, but that's okay.
As you keep looking for the Invisible Man, but he's kinda hard to find. Eventually, he does have to rest, but the owner of the place finds him there and tells the cops, and since it's snowing, they can see his footprints, and he's kinda screwed.
Oh, damn, did you really need to shoot him? I didn't see him with a knife or anything. I mean, you probably should have had to read him his Miranda rights. He was unarmed. You could have just arrested him, you know.
But this actually really fucks up Griffin, and he dies and finally becomes visible again.
And sadly, Jack Griffin never comes back since he is permanently dead. Which, yeah, it sucks. But, oh well, it's still the best movie in the Universal Monsters series.
Yeah, even though Frankenstein's monster's still my favorite Universal Monster, this is definitely my favorite of the Universal Monster movies. Mainly because of the Invisible Man himself. While the effects don't look as real as they used to, they still definitely look entertaining, and I really enjoy the voice of the Invisible Man. It is really damn good. That laugh and that voice just works so well, and I like how Griffin gets worse and worse throughout the movie and the look of him. And overall, the movie is just really entertaining, and I love it. And the movie is still great, and it really holds up. So I have to give The Invisible Man a 5 out of 5.
And hopefully soon I can review one of these movies that isn't good, is actually easy to make fun of. But, oh well, I gotta go work on Slasher Month, but first I gotta finish one more review that I gotta really finish fast, so I'm gonna go.
Power, power to rule, to make the world grovel at my feet.